it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency. My G's, I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, man. Everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, well over 60,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 70K. All right, even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. All right, now do me a favor, my G's. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now listen, man. I got a lot of people in the DM right now. Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your thought process on everything that's going down with the Mexicanos and reparations? Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your thought process? What's your perspective on everything that's going down with the Sareños and reparations, my friend? And one thing for sure, two things for certain, I gotta say, man, it is absolutely nasty work. Now, I always tell y'all, right? It's foundational Black Americans against everybody. It is the copper-colored indigenous Indians, the indigenous Americans versus everybody. And I always say that. And I got a lot of people in the DM right now. You wouldn't believe how many Mexicanos and Serranos are in the DM that feel a certain type of way about my content about Ashley Gonzalez, about that racist police officer saying all those racist remarks towards foundational Black Americans, towards my people. I got a lot of y'all in the DM, and I'm hoping that y'all get in the comment section. I'm gonna do this live stream just for you. For you and you and you and you. Yeah. Everybody come in. We're gonna have a conversation. All right? Because even bigger than Ashley Gonzalez, we're going to talk about these content creators having a conversation about reparations for foundational Black Americans, about reparations for the copper-colored indigenous people of this land and how they really feel about it. See, I always tell y'all, right? It's not just the dog fur. It's not just Caucasoid Neanderthals that I'm talking about. There are all different type of strands of dog fur. And the Mexicanos, the Serranos, they have become adjacent. Yeah, Mexicans have become adjacent with white people. They want to be white more than white people want to be white. And I always tell y'all this, before we get into this content, I'm not staying long. If you want to know if your friends are racist, if you have white friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends, Latino friends, if you have any friends outside of your nationality and race, if you are, friendly with these people, and you want to know how they really feel about you, you want to know exactly what they're thinking, exactly what their mindset is, ask them how they feel about Black people receiving reparations. I don't care how long y'all been friends. I don't care how long you guys have been hanging out with each other. Ask them how they feel about foundational Black Americans receiving reparations for slavery, for stolen labor, for stolen inventions, etc. And they'll tell you exactly who they are. All right? We're going to have a conversation. You wouldn't believe the Mexicanos that's in a DM. Well, for all the Mexicanos, this one's for you. All right? Now, big salute to the chat. Big salute to everybody that's in here. Y'all already know. Before I go any further, I got to do some customizations to the chat. 100%. The higher-ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. The higher-ups and the elites are always trying to muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. The higher-ups and the elites are always, yeah, you got to know, man. Yeah, they understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment. Not only am I a threat to the establishment, but they understand that the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. We gonna get right into this. Big salute to the chat. You know, recently, man, with us deep diving into these situations, it's just a lot of new subscribers. It's a lot of new people that's in tune with the channel. And when they hear a strong black man speaking up, not bending, breaking, and folding, not popping pussy like Saucy Santana or Lil Nas X, when they see somebody like Grown Man Business TV, they fear. They become defensive. You understand? And they lash out. And that's what y'all been doing in my DMs. And you got to understand something. We got thick skin over here at Grown Man Business TV. We've been doing this for a while now. You're just new to the content. You know, you got your panties in a bunch. Yes, a lot of Mexicanos that got their panties in a bunch. Even though y'all saw that young lady disrespecting black people. Y'all saw that young lady using the N-word. Y'all look past all of that and y'all want to address Grown Man Business TV. But see, this is where it get deep. This is where it get real at. I'm not your average. I'm definitely an exception to the rules. Ain't y'all the same people that wanted us to march for y'all when ISIS was deporting your ass out of America? Yeah, we gonna let me do what I need to do. We gonna talk about this. Yeah. Oh, where's all the black people trying? The black people you should. Yeah. We gonna have a conversation. And you gonna listen. Yeah, cause you're already paying attention. All right, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now you see that right there at the bottom of the chat. You see that right there, right here. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, doing the extra Twittering with your comments all in the Twittering with the comment section, using your Twitter fingers all in my comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Grown Man Business TV is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. All right. Now let's get right into this. Breezy Santana, I see you in here. OG Kicks, I see you in here. Big salute. Y'all already know how we giving it up. Mr. Universe. Now, you got to know I was going to address this. Y'all in my DM, a lot of y'all are asking questions. Y'all are being defensive. Your skirt is down and you need to pull your skirt up. So we're going to have this conversation. All right? I always say this, and I stand on this. It's foundational black Americans. It's the copper-colored indigenous people versus everybody. It's not just Caucasians that have an underlying disdain, right? They have spread it around the world. Everybody is jealous. Everybody wants a piece of what we are. Everybody, and that includes Mexicanos. Now, I want to make sure that y'all understand something, right? Comprehension is key. Don't listen to respond. Don't listen to argue. That's what women do. In the beginning of that video about Ashley Gonzalez, before I got into the spill and into the meat and potatoes, right? I told y'all, salute to all the ancestors, the Mexican ancestors that opened up their arms to certain runaway slaves that made their way to Mexico. I gave a salute to them. I gave respect and I gave props to those old Mexicans that saw that their brothers, they saw a brotherhood. They saw another melanated man being persecuted, being enslaved, and they opened up their arms. And they was ready to go to war for those slaves, for those men that made their way down there to Mexico. I made sure to salute them. All right? But see, you don't want to hear a intellectual black man speak to you. You think that this got to be some, this is not that. Okay? Now, with that being said, let's get that out the way. It's not all Mexicans, obviously. There is a small exception to the rule of Mexicans that respect what black people have been through and are not jealous of black people and are not racist towards my people. And I got an example, because you already know, before we go any further, before we get deep into this, I got the receipts. I don't go nowhere without the receipts. And see, the beautiful thing about me, my mindset in this platform, is that I'm not going to talk a hole in your head. It ain't up to me to make you believe or convince you to follow my words. I'ma let your people tell you what it is. I'ma let your people expose you. See, that's the beautiful thing about this situation. Everything that I say, your people will back it up. This is not 1989. This is not 1952. This is not the early 1900s. Yeah, we done came a long way with technology. We done came a long way to where even your people are tired of hiding behind a mask of racism. Your people are tired. They're tired of having to come out and act like everything is cool, and then y'all go into y'all homes, y'all go into closed quarters, and y'all got racist jokes and racist remarks towards black people. Y'all got an underlying hate towards us. That's why you see all these white people speaking out. White people is telling on white people, right? Dog fur on dog fur violence. And that's what's happening in every culture. Because it's us. My people. Y'all got to understand, universally, it's us. If we are not here, y'all don't have none of this. You know what? Big salute to the chat. You know, I don't want to waste no time. I want to get right into this. We're going to start with the whole situation with the reparations. I said this a long time ago. You can go back into my archives where I told y'all a long time ago that if you really want to know if your best friend is a racist, you know, your Asian friend, your Filipino friend, your Chinese friend, your white friend, your Mexican, your Latino, your Haitian, ask them how they feel about us receiving reparations for slavery, for stolen land, etc. And they'll all expose themselves. I want to give a big salute to Ricardo. I ain't even gonna try to say your last name, brother, but big salute to the Ricardo podcast. All right, yeah, salute to you. Let's let my man talk. Let's get into this receipt. We're gonna play some of this, and then we're gonna double back. We're not staying long, but we will be going live again tonight. So make sure your notification bells are ringing. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Big salute, man. It's the universe. We in here. Yeah. It's crazy. Let's get into this. Big salute. Look.
Lives matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and
reparations.
Yeah.
Are you talking about reparations? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
It was what?
It was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it.
That's where we, the Rafa, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group?
Cállate, cabrón panzón. Let me translate what these three chingaderas were basically doing. White man, why are you giving those people over there your crumbs? We deserve your crumbs first. Can't you see that we are a better model minority? We kiss white ass all day. We seek proximity to whiteness. And just like you, white man, we're also racist against them blacks. Can't you see? We are more like you. So please, give us your crumbs first before you give it to them. Them people, they don't really like you. We do. We worship you. And that is what these three chingaderas were basically doing. And I want everybody, especially you Mexicans and Chicanos, Latinos, I want you to pay attention to this part. I want you to notice that Latinos, Mexican, Chicanos, whatever, like these, that always, and I mean 100% of the time, go out of their way to say, do, or take action against black people are never, and I mean ever, 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 going against any other race and or demographic of people. Not the Asians, not the Indians, not the Arabs, not the Europeans. They have no problem with any other demographic acquiring any form of benefit in this country. Do you guys remember Stop Asian Hate? It was a policy literally passed from one day to another when Asians were being harassed in this country for being Asian. And literally from one day to another, Asians, just like that, were granted a policy to stop Asian hate. Meaning, if any people went out of their way to hurt an Asian just for being Asian, it was a law that you were breaking that it specifically protects Asians. In this country, you can't say anything about Jews, and I mean anything negative, because you're anti-Semitic, to the point of you going to prison just for saying anything negative. And you don't see a single one of these Mexicans, Latinos, Chicanos, whatever. You don't see a single one of them have anything to say, any complaint about any other demographic of people acquiring any form of benefit and or protection from this system, from any form of discrimination against them.
Now, my man right here, Ricardo, he's cooking with hot grease, right? And I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him go, but I do want to break this up so that YouTube don't try to, YouTube is a tricky place. So let me just give some context. This is your man. He ain't my people. This is your people. But this is the type of Mexican I can have a conversation with. He said, y'all only got that disdain towards black people. Y'all don't show it towards no other race of people. Y'all don't want smoke with nobody else. Y'all don't have no problem. But as soon as my people start making progress, now y'all having meetings going against us. You understand what I'm saying? It's nasty work and it's cowardly activity. It's cowardly activity. I told you, a lot of Mexicans in America want to be white. They will lick the boots of white people. They will go to a job and on the application, they will check Caucasian, white. It's nasty work. And it need to be called out. You understand what I'm saying? So, why y'all ain't got that energy for them people? I saw in the chat, they said we all got a common enemy, right? That keeps us divided. No, that's actually true only to a certain extent. Yeah, we all got a common enemy, the higher ups and the elites. But the difference is my people got a common enemy, the higher ups and the elites, and then the majority of your community is our enemy. So we got to go to war with the higher ups and the elites. We got to keep an eye on you. We got to keep an eye on them. We got to keep an eye on y'all. See, it's a difference over here. Yeah. Oh, we all have a common enemy and we need to band together with black and brown unity. Stop selling that BS to us about black and brown unity when you know for a fact over 85% of your community is racist towards black people. How the hell we gonna, so y'all want us to unify with y'all knowing goddamn well y'all racist towards us. And then you get mad at me for saying something. You don't like me telling you this. You know, my DMs, man, let me tell you, my DMs are crazy, right? But I love it. And I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate that. That's why I say it's not all. Because a guy like Ricardo is these type of people is grown man business in every culture, in every race, in every nationality. There is a universal language of grown man business. It don't matter if you Mexican, black, white, Asian, whatever. It's going to be a portion of men that stand on business. And we all speak a universal language. And he and I speak the same language. Okay? Nasty work. I'm going to let my man cook some more. I'm going to let him cook some more so you can hear it from your own people instead of trying to attack me. You know what, Ricardo, talk to the people. Look!
In other words, this is a specifically anti-blackness. And we have to point this out because people like this will argue, oh, I've nothing against blacks. Some of my homies are black. Never mind your homies. Why is it that when you make an effort to go out of your way and have a desire against a demographic of people, it is only black?
There's you.
And I'll prove my point even harder with this. The Latino vote for Trump was over 45%. Over 45. Some stats even say 60%. In other words, more or less, half of the Latino population voted for Trump. Even if it were 15%, that's still too much. But half? Anyway, I mentioned that because as soon as Donald Trump won and got into office, one of the first things he did is, let's deport these goddamn spics. And all of a sudden, on the news, social media, everywhere, you see a bunch of people that look like this getting dragged the hell out of their vehicles and sent the hell out of here. Legal or not. And what was the reaction of these Latinos that voted for this? Where are all the black people at? So wait a minute. Why not? Where are all the Asians at? Where are all the Middle Easterns at? Where are all the Europeans at? Where are all them white folks that we kiss ass to so much? Why was the first thing to where it became a hashtag, where are all the black people at? And black people collectively said, also became a hashtag, we gonna sit this one out. And all of a sudden, Latinos, oh, what happened? I thought we had brown and black unity. Brown and black unity? First of all, you voted for this. That's number one. Number two, how is it that you want unity with a people whenever this system wants to grant a people any sort of benefit and or protection, you have no problem unless they're black? How does it hurt you if black people, specifically black Americans, gain reparations? How does it hurt you? Jews got reparations. I've yet to hear one Latino, Mexican, Chicano complain about that. And I bet you, both of my Kiwis, you will never hear a single Latino, Hispanic, Chicano, Mexican, whatever, complain about any form of benefit that this system grants Jews, Asians, etc. Donald Trump literally is targeting people that look like this to be identified as illegal. And somehow, some way, black people getting reparations is an obstacle to you. What happened to black people in this country? It is a struggle that happened in this country. What happened to Jews didn't happen here. Didn't happen in the Americas. It happened in Germany. But somehow, some way, this country must give them reparations and nobody has a problem. This country overly protects them and nobody has a problem. I don't have a problem with it either. But I'm saying the people who were forced through slavery in this country were violently discriminated against systemically for hundreds of years to this day. Just because you're black, by default, you're a criminal. You're up to no good. Those are the long-lasting effects of demonizing an entire race of people. And they don't deserve reparations? But another people that were put through horrible things in another continent do? And you Mexicans, you Chicanos, Latinos, you have a problem with black people getting reparations?
Wee! There it is, Pop. There it is. You know, yeah, man, I'm gonna give y'all his page, man. Salute to him. He got well over 80,000 subscribers. You know, the thing is this, man. As soon as we can get this universal language of grown man business and really stand on it, we could really make change. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem? Nobody really wants to address the issue about us getting reparations or us being compensated for what happened. But the thing is, everybody subconsciously knows that if we are financially taken care of, we will surpass everybody. We will surpass everybody. Hence Rosewood and, you know, Black Wall Street and Lake Lanier and all these different, you know, Usitica Village, all these different towns and small cities we were beginning to build with nothing. With nothing. The reason why they was burned down is because these white, you know, these other people saw us surpassing them. How are these niggers do talking about slavery? Yeah, you talking goddamn, how did Joey and them boys get? We building whole goddamn empires with nothing. And it's not just white people that know that. Mexicanos know that. Mexicanos. I told y'all a long time ago. Y'all don't want Mexico. How about all of y'all come to New Mexico and we'll go and take over Mexico? Black people. Y'all want to cross the border. Y'all fighting for to be up under the white man. Y'all want to be white. You want to be an American. How about we clear Mexico out? Y'all, we got a state here called New Mexico. And y'all can go into New Mexico and we'll put your ass to work. And you give black people Mexico. Imagine what we'll do with Mexico in 20 years. We'll do with Mexico in 20 years what y'all wasn't able to do with Mexico in 1,000 years or however long y'all had this shit. They all know that. Everybody knows that as soon as we get paid out, oh yeah, we gonna blow some of the money. We're going to stimulate the economy. Not only are we going to stimulate the economy, we're going to stimulate the world. It'll be a stimulus package to the world, the way we going to buy some shit up. But it's going to be a handful of us that's going to start building towns and building cities and building metropolises that y'all will not be able to compare to. Y'all will not be able to live up. Y'all will not be able to follow. Y'all won't be able to match. Y'all won't be able to stand next to what we will build a fucking Dubai right in the middle of this. And y'all know that. So when everybody gets up in arms about reparations for black people, when they get their panties in a bunch, but they don't really talk about the Jews and they don't talk about Hiroshima and all the other people that we paid reparations to, I need you to know that I know why. I know why y'all feel a certain type of way. I know why it make y'all nervous. Because imagine what we could do with that. And you know what our ancestors did with nothing. When they were so-called free slaves and, you know, they were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule, but you robbed them of that. Y'all never gave them what y'all owed them. And they still built Black Wall Streets, Lake Laniers, Usitica Villages, Rosewoods, etc. It was hundreds of thriving towns we had started building all over America. Out there in Philadelphia, when y'all burned that shit down, when y'all was dropping bombs, literally dropping bombs from planes out there in Philly. So that's why they don't want us to have it. Oh, they're just going to spend the money and they're just, it don't matter. We gonna spend some money. We gonna stimulate the economy. That's a part of what we do. But you already know, we're not gonna spend all that money. Oh, we gonna buy thousands of acres of land. We gonna have some shit y'all can't control. Yeah, look at Mexico. Every year, Mexicans complain about the Mexican. Y'all ain't got rid of the Mexican cartel yet. Y'all ain't figured out how to get rid of the Mexican cartel, and y'all could build a metropolis right there in Mexico. You're the Mexican cartel. The Mexican man. Listen. We'll clear the Mexican cartel ass will be in America with y'all. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go down there, the Mexican cartel, to get up out of Mexico. They'll be right up here with y'all somewhere in the Mexican cartel will be in New Mexico. Yeah, let's just keep it 100. Salute to my man. Like I said, I'm not even gonna butcher your name. I'm gonna just let my people see who you are, and they're gonna follow you. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. I like his content. Big salute. I'm gonna let him cook some more. But I want to eject. I want to go ahead and give some context to this. They know how powerful we are without it. Man, hey bro. It ain't a white man on American soil that could level field. It ain't a Mexican, a Latino, a Haitian, a Asian. It ain't nobody on American soil that can compete with us on a level playing field. And they know that. Y'all just mad because I say it. Y'all wouldn't be mad if I was out here popping pussy with Saucy Santana. Y'all wouldn't be mad at that. If I was out here gangbanging, y'all wouldn't be mad at that. If I was out here killing black men, destroying black women, calling them bitches and hoes, y'all wouldn't be mad at that. Y'all wouldn't be in my DM. But I do the exact opposite. I speak life into black women, black brothers. I speak life into my community. And I put hand and feet on you if you go against it. Because I ain't got that saucy. Yeah, I ain't got no Saucy Santana. This is grown man business. And you fear that. You get uncomfortable around this type of energy. Yeah. Yeah, y'all be in the DM, y'all be uncomfortable and all that. Yeah, you talk to the people, my G. Look!
To the point where you feel it's important to do a whole podcast about it? This is what you want the world, our raza, to be educated on? We must go out there and protest against black people getting reparations. This is your message. We have Latinos for Trump. We have ICE dragging us out of this country, and most of those ICE agents look like this. Little children in detention center, concentration camps. Who knows what they're doing to them in them? But your problem is black people getting reparations. This is why I encourage black people to continue to sit this one out. Why I continue to tell black people it is to your detriment to even waste your time with this brown and black coalition.
Dude, guess how much?
I never thought I'd see the day, I swear to God, where I would see Chicano, Mexican, Latino podcasters make an episode about encouraging raza to go protest against black people getting reparations. I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm not surprised. Because I recognize, and I've talked about this for years now, I've identified, I'm familiar with the anti-blackness in the Latino community, or lack thereof. And for the Mexicans, Chicanas, Latinos that are gonna come to the comment section, Ricardo, wait, not all of us. Well, if not all of you, say something. Do something. Shut this kind of shit down. Because otherwise, we are a collective of people. And when a large percentage of people that look like us, that are Latinos, Mexicans, Chicanos, whatever, are doing shit like this, meanwhile, the few of us that don't think like this, rather, shh, then don't get mad if this becomes our reputation and our image. We are a bunch of anti-black, racist Latinos. So racist that we hate ourselves. Shit. We voted against our best interest. So if you are not going to stand up against shit like this and use your platforms to address this bullshit instead of using your platforms to take selfies all the time, then don't complain if this becomes our reputation. That's where we are in 2026. Latinos, Mexicans, Chicanos, they hate black people. Even if you, as an individual, don't, that's our reputation. That's our image. You don't like it? Do something about it. Speak up against shit like this.
Whew, salute to you, Ricardo. Yeah, we gonna go a little further with this, man. I gotta set up, man. I kind of just went live. The sun is going down. Y'all can see it. Y'all can see it getting a little dark and all that in here. We gonna set this up. But he's 100% right. Either you say something or you go along with it. You either speak against it or you are down with the go along, get along game. You know, I'm not surprised. That's the beautiful thing about these type of conversations and dialogue, because he said he's surprised that we have come to a day where Mexicans are online speaking against reparations for black people. What I'm here to tell you is I'm not surprised. I've been speaking about this for a long time. Foundational black Americans against everybody. If y'all can't come into our culture, monetize, capitalize, and get money, y'all don't rock with us. Y'all don't rock with us. And again, why not be having conversations about ICE? How about the alligator Alcatraz out there in Florida, where they got y'all could be talking about. It's so much y'all could be fighting for. But y'all talking about black people and reparations. Y'all concerned about us getting money. And again, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in rap, because you got to understand something. Oh, we can't afford it. Yes, we can, bro. Yes, we can. We pay all that money to ICE. We pay all that money to NASA. We pay all that money in taxes. We sending all this money to all these other countries. Yeah, they don't want me talking like this. Yeah, I see. I see. I see they got it buffering and they trying to move goalposts and all that. Yeah, I see what's going on. I ain't mad at it. We gonna go live again tonight. We gonna make sure everything is intact. At the end of the day gotta end. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I need y'all to understand, right? It's a reason why we are the foundational black Americans. I understand the word black. I don't, like I said, this is an alias. This is not our identity. This is not our title, but it is an alias that I am going to hold on to. I'm not getting rid of the foundational black American alias. Our title, who we are the copper-colored indigenous of the Americans. We are the indigenous people. We are the Indians. It's a difference between Mexicans and Indians, my G. It's a reason why the foundational black American, it sticks. Because we are the foundation of this land. We are indigenous to this land. People that look like me with this type of melanin. Not the whitewashed Mexicans that's running around America. Y'all, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Okay? But the reason why the foundation, it's so powerful, right? Is because, again, and I say this all the time, if you build a house on a cracked foundation, if you build a house on an uneven foundation, it don't matter how big the house is, it don't matter how beautiful the house is. If you build that house on an uneven or a cracked foundation, the house is gonna fall. That's easy math. That's elementary. That is not rocket science. If the foundation is uneven, if it's a crack in the foundation, the house is going to fall. That's why America is falling, because y'all have not repaired the foundation of America. Y'all have not fixed the foundation of America. Y'all have not paid out the foundation of America. Y'all have not leveled the foundation of America. You can't build a mansion on an uneven foundation, dummy. You can't build a metropolis. You can't build an empire on a cracked foundation, silly. So until y'all pay out the foundation of America, y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. Y'all will forever be in this position. Y'all will never be who y'all think y'all are. Y'all will never be that. The world knows that. The world is looking at y'all and saying, how stupid could they be to not pay out foundational black Americans, knowing goddamn well what they did to them? How dumb could they be? How much bravado and how arrogant could you be to not fix, to not compensate, to not square? All of y'all, they look at all of y'all in the same pot. The Mexican, all of y'all. When they talk about Americans, they talking about y'all. They know we are the indigenous. We are not Americans. We are indigenous. Yeah, that whole American shit, that's y'all. That's some bullshit. We didn't, yeah. Why you think they tried to give us the African American title? They tried to figure out how to add the American to us. Oh, African American. Like a Asian American or African American or European American or Mexican American. All you motherfuckers is American. We are indigenous. Until the universe, yo, you got to know something, man. You got to be a motherfucking fool. And this is who we got in control of the matrix. This is who we got in control of America, of our government. This is who we got ruling over us, of people who don't even know, not even smart enough to put two and two together, that the only reason y'all can't go to the next level, the only reason this shit is crashing is because the foundation has not been leveled. And then y'all look at us and want us to believe that, nah, you motherfucker, boy, we need to be doing something to your ass. That's really what need to be happening, respectfully. Salute West Australia, what it do? By the way, East Oakland, salute my G. Out there in Australia and all that. You know, hold on, guy. Big salute to the chat. I'm going to keep talking to you. Let me handle something, though, real quick. Let me make sure I get this. Let me goddamn get these lights. But yeah, there's no way around it. There's no way around that. I don't care how big the house is. The house could be like Rick Ross. It could have 115 rooms in the house. The house could be like Rick Ross with 125 rooms in it. It don't matter. If you didn't put a level, on the foundation, the house is gonna fall. It's only a matter of time before the house crumbles. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before the house falls to the ground, crumbles, and you know what you're gonna have to do, regardless if you like it or not? You're gonna have to tear that house down. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to tear that house down and rebuild it. And when you rebuild it, this time you're gonna have to level the foundation. You're gonna have to make sure there's no cracks in the foundation. You're gonna have to make sure the foundation is being taken care of before you do anything else. Before you do anything else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how you feel about it. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You could like it or love it. Oof. Oh yeah. You see how that light, you see how that sunlight done? Yeah, that sunlight. I was using natural light. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of natural light that comes into the big house. And I normally don't go live so early. So I was using the natural light. But the natural light is going, yeah, the sun is going down. yeah. I got this set up, Let's get into another receipt. Big salute to Ricardo, man. Love the content. You know what I'm saying? I combed through his content. It's really not the fact that he's, see, this is what you got to understand. I respect men that love their culture. You understand? Like Ricardo talking like that is not him turning his back on his culture. He's smart enough to understand what this makes them look like and what this is. And as a leader and as a man that's on grown man business, it's only right to speak to that. The same way I speak to young black men and I say, y'all got that pussy. Soon as a white man come around, it's yes, sir, and it's no, sir. But you wanna destroy another black man. You wanna disrespect. You know, I handle my people the same way. So it's not me disrespecting or turning my back, but sometimes it's gonna be tough love, my G. I love it. I love the community. I love my culture, but it gotta be tough love. And that's what he's doing. Big salute to him, man. Let's kind of let some more people speak to this topic. This is a real big deal. A lot of people are talking about this. Let's just see where we at with this. Let's see what we got. Big salute to the chat. We're not gonna stay long, man. We're gonna come back tonight. Yeah, you gotta fix the foundation. You have no choice but to fix the foundation. You have no choice. We are the foundation of America. We are indigenous to this land. Understand that. That means we come before America. We were here before the Constitution. We had this motherfucker popping before Christopher Columbus. We knew how to cultivate the land. We knew how to grow. We knew how to survive on this beautiful, listen, man. But since y'all built America on top of what we already had, that make us the foundation. And y'all built America on an uneven foundation, a cracked foundation. You got to be a, what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know you don't like it, but I'm gonna make you love it. Yeah. Let me, if you don't know, then, listen, the beautiful thing about this is I'm going to give you some game, right? But you got to be willing to do your due diligence. If you don't know that we was here, the majority of us was here before any of this. If you don't know that, then you need to do some research and you need to do your due diligence. If you still believe that these people brought all these people, millions of people over here on wooden ships, on a ship that was made out of wood, no engine. Yeah, you might need to do some research. Let me help you out. Let me give you some game real quick. You ever notice how Jamaicans, Haitians, West Indians, all these different islands of people, they all have that dialect, they have that accent, they all sound like a bumba-clot, ras-clot, a bumba-clot. That's because those little weak-ass ships that they was putting them slaves on from Africa wasn't able to make it across the transatlantic. They wasn't strong enough to make it through that current. So while they was coming to Africa, they had to make detours down to Haiti, down to Jamaica, down to the West Indies, down to South America. All these different places they was making detours. And the majority of those Africans ended up in Haiti, South America, West Indies, etc. Ain't no goddamn way they couldn't just come up here. By the time they got to the, man, that motherfucker was going, yeah. And by the time they got down there, half of the boat was dead. Another quarter of the boat had disease. Majority of the goddamn slaves they had on the ship, they was throwing them in the goddamn ocean. Why you think they was doing that? They wasn't making the trip. You ever notice they can find a whole goddamn dinosaur? I'm talking every bone, the fingers, the rib cage, the head, the teeth, shoulder blades, spinal cords. But we ain't seen 5 goddamn slave ships. We ain't seen a whole slave ship nowhere. You ever notice that? Goddamn dinosaur died 25 million years ago. We got every bone. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I got some family in South Carolina, man, in the Carolinas that got that Gully Geechee in them. You know what I'm saying? They definitely got that twang out there in Charleston, South Carolina, and down there in the Carolinas, they definitely got that twang to them. What I'm saying is, if you thought that, then you got to do your due diligence. If you thought them wooden ships, they told you they put 500 people on a goddamn ship with no engine, no propellers, just a wooden ship with some sails on it. They put the goddamn sheets in the air and we're going to sail across the Atlantic. You believe that? Salute to you. Yes, we had 500 slaves. We laid them down in the bowl of the ship. And we sailed from Africa to... Motherfucker can't barely do that shit today. You need a goddamn cruise liner to get through that current. A big-ass cruise liner shit. Yeah, all right. The majority of them people, they ended up down there in Haiti and all that. The majority of them Africans, they ended up in Jamaica, Haiti, Bumba-clot, Ras-clot. And before I move forward, because I don't want to waste too much time on this, I want you to think about this. You really think, right? Now, okay, let's start right here, right? When Christopher Columbus and them white boys came over here, they almost died. You know why? Because they were Spaniards in Europe and in England and all that, and they didn't really know how to cultivate the land over here in America. So they didn't know how to grow certain food, and they didn't know how to survive over here. You think you could just bring Africans to America and tell them, hey, crop that cotton over there. Get your ass over there and pick cotton. They don't know what cotton is. They never seen it. The shit don't even grow over there. So you think you could just bring Africans over here and they just gonna cultivate and they just gonna do what need to be done? Nah, nigga, it was niggas over here already. Oh, bring those Africans over here and cultivate the land. Nigga, they ain't never seen this kind of land before. You think you could take 100 niggas? You think you could take 100 niggas to Africa right now and tell them, cultivate the fufu plant so we can eat Fufu, what's that? Oh yeah, we eat it. We eat it with our fingers. Grow some fufu plants, nigga. You be like, hey, nigga, I ain't never. I'm sorry, slave master. I don't know what a fufu is. You gonna have to whoop me then. Yeah, you gonna have to whoop me. Yeah, you gonna have to beat me, cause fufu. Get your ass out there and grow those fufu plants, nigga. I'm sorry, sir. I ain't ate fufu and I don't know what that is, brother. So you think you could just take some niggas to Africa and we just gonna grow whatever grow out in Africa? Nah, man. They lied to y'all. It was niggas already over here. We was already here, brother. I'm gonna give y'all one more. Easter egg, right? Before we move forward. Big salute to the chat. In the movie Roots, I want y'all to hear me on this. In the movie Roots, it was a character by the name of Kunta Kinte. What's your name, boy? Toby. Kunta Kinte. What's your name, boy? Say Toby. Kunta. Kunta Kinte. Now, Kunta Kinte was a wild African Mandingo man. He was a wild African Mandingo. All right? It's a scene in the movie Roots where they put Kunta with the black indigenous slaves of America. The black indigenous. They put the African with niggas. And they had a conversation. And the little boy was like, Dad, why is he like that? What's going on? And the old black man said, he's one of those Africans from over there. He's a Mandingo warrior from Africa. Like, nigga, we don't know nothing about that. And he was telling his sons, watch out, nigga. He's wild. He's a wild man. We don't know nothing about these motherfucking Africans coming over here. He's a wild man. And that scene, I always stood out to me because it let me know a long time ago. We ain't connected and we ain't got nothing to do. Nah, nigga. That's a Mandingo warrior. Nigga, we ain't, nigga. My grandfather ain't never tell me we had Mandingo warriors in our family. Yeah. I ain't never heard a story out in the countries of Virginia where my family told me about Mandingo warriors that was hanging out. Nah, nigga. That's a wild African. That motherfucker was like a wild animal. And the man told him, stay back, little boy. That's a goddamn wild African man. We don't, hold on. Don't go over there next to that wild African. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not saying we ain't connected in some type of way, but nigga, don't ever get it confused. Don't ever get it. We'll figure it out, the connection. We'll figure something out. But I ain't no motherfucking African. Yeah, it ain't no African look like me. We don't even got the same facial structure. We ain't got the same skull structure. Nah, nigga. Yeah, I don't want, no, nigga. Let's get back into this. Big salute to the chat. I ain't gonna stay too much long on this. I want to make sure we get something out of this. Make sure it's all nice and said and dandy. They playing with the channel. Yeah, it's something, the African part, I can't connect to that part right there. You know, they had black people in Antarctica. Did you know that? It was black people all over. Was they Africans? Nah. It's melanated people in the Caucasus Mountains. Was they Africans? Melanated people were on all four corners of the globe of the world. We were everywhere. That don't make us African, bro. That don't make us African. Yeah, the sun, the melanated, we got the melanin, but it ain't the African. Yeah, nigga, my hair don't, yeah, nigga, shit. Nigga. My shit don't get peasy like that. My hair don't get peasy, nigga. It turn curly. It get curly. Hey, I ain't never had the BDBPs on me, nigga. If we was African, why they ain't got what we got? Why they ain't got that spark we got? Why they try to be like you ain't never seen one of my people trying to be African, but we see all the Africans trying to be us. You don't think that that's weird? You don't see something in that? When the last time you seen a nigga walking around dressed up like an African? Yeah. When the last time you seen one of our people trying to be African? When the last time you seen an African trying to be a nigga? They ain't, hey, if we all the same, if we all African, you ain't got to try to be this. You could just be it. You just are. It just is. If I'm African, you ain't got to try to be what this is. You ain't got to try to dress like me, move like me. You will just be. Go ahead and talk to the people, sweetheart. Let's see what the end motherfucker. Look.
For being, what is it, slaves and
Reparations.
Are you talking about reparations? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina, but it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it.
That's what we, the Rafa, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt.
So let me get this straight. While we're being guilt-tripped into protesting against ICE, they're having private meetings talking about protesting against us getting reparations. He said nobody should get reparations until Native Americans and Mexicans get reparations. That don't even make sense. Why would Mexicans get reparations from the United States of America? If Mexico wanted reparations, they should be getting it from Spain because Spain is their colonizer. You speak the language of the person that conquered you, which is the reason why they speak Spanish. Their fight is not with the United States. These folks came here voluntarily for a better life, not because they had to, not because they were forced to, not because they was made to do anything. So there is no reparations talk between Mexico and the United States. It is completely unwarranted. And when we're talking about the Native Americans, the natives that's on this part of the Americas, right? The ones that's up here, they are already getting reparations. They never stopped getting reparations. When have you ever seen a Native American with a job? You know why they don't have a job? Do you know why they don't have to work? You'll never see a Native American with a job? It's because they don't have to work because they're getting reparations because they have reparative justice on the reservation or whatever. I was just watching Love Jones Live the other day, and you know what? One of the callers said that he used to work at a casino, and he said that when the natives turn 18, they get a nice little $17,000 check from the government. And then when they turn 21, they get even more money. So they already got their reparations. They good. They don't need nothing else. And the reparations that they did get, to be honest with you, it doesn't really look like very much as far as their lifestyle because a lot of them are on drugs and have alcohol issues. And I watched a whole documentary on it. This is just pure jealousy because at the end of the day, these three dudes that's sitting there talking about protesting against reparations for Black Americans, they don't even want reparations. They just don't want us to have it. So I'm not surprised, but don't talk to me about no more unity bullshit. And you goddamn sure better not talk to me about no ICE protest. Because I say pour some more ice in the fucking water.
Now, I like what that young lady said right there. I like how she gave that up, right? And it made me think too, like the $5 Indians. Like, how is it that nobody? Oh, this shit is bad, bro. It's really a bad situation. The $5 Indians is getting reparations. 20,000 when they turn 18, another 30,000 when they turn goddamn 21. Imagine what you could have did with that. Now, you know, I'm not gonna stay much longer, but I kind of want to just go biblically with this. It is jealousy, and I spoke on this already as far as what they know we are capable of. These $5 Indians that are really Siberian, and they're not even, these people are not even really Native Americans. We already know that they were brought here to play Native American. These so-called Indians, right? But they got reservations, they got reparations, and you would think that that would have helped them. You would think that that would have taken them to the next level. But because it was dirty, because that shit didn't belong to them, the universe wasn't going to allow them to take what belongs to us and monetize and capitalize and grow off of it. So all of these Indians that got paid all this money and reparations and given this land, they got casinos, they don't pay taxes, they don't got to pay for college, etc. The majority of them are on drugs. The majority of them are doped out, coked out, alcoholics, bums like a motherfucker. That land that they got, they can't even cultivate it. They can't even grow it. Now, you always got a small exception to the rule. It's a small percentage of them that have taken that land and taken that opportunity, built casinos, and, you know, built generational wealth. But the majority of them washed. Because that shit don't belong to them. It never belonged to them. Now, I'm gonna close with this because we're not gonna stay long. We're gonna get situated and we're gonna go live again tonight, right? You know, I spoke about the foundation and how you can't build a house on a cracked foundation, on an uneven foundation, etc., right? But biblically, we are in the time of the jubilee. I'm not going to go too much deeper into that, but I will elaborate on that later tonight. But we are in a process of a transfer of wealth. That's what the jubilee is. We have entered a period where all debts will be eliminated. All debts, you know, I'm no scholar, but I know enough to be able to give you the breadcrumbs. You understand what I'm saying? And we have entered the realm of the jubilee. A lot of people don't understand why everything is happening. Why is this thing crashing? How is this thing, like, we are all watching and saying this shit is out of control. It is a wealth transfer that is going to happen. The meek will inherit the earth. The jubilee. We have entered it, but it's going to get worse. This shit is going to crash. This whole house has to fall before we can rebuild it. Before the wealth transfer can happen. And that's what's really happening, bro. That's really what's happening. You got to know something, man. It says in that book, right, that the wicked will store the wealth. They will store it. In the word store, they will store it. Right? Basically saying that they will take all of this wealth for themselves. They will hoard it. They will be greedy. And a small percentage of people will have all of this wealth and they will hoard it and store the wealth. They think they got away with it. They think they got away with robbing and stealing and pillaging our heritage, our the things that we are supposed to inherit our inheritance. But really all they're doing is storing it for us. All they have been doing was getting all of this wealth, all of this power, and storing it for the real owners. You know, we're gonna go deeper into that later tonight. We're gonna definitely, I'm definitely gonna scratch the surface with that. But what you gotta understand is there is no hiding from this. There is no bunker that can save you. Every stone will be overturned. And I learn something new every day on my journey. On my journey to get closer to the Most High. On my journey, on my soul searching journey, I learn something new every day because knowledge is infinite. And I'm just now kind of being awakened to the jubilee, the 50-year process, why it was implemented, why it is a factor, why it is a real thing. The Most High, because if not, then a small portion would own everything when the Most High owns it all. A small portion thinks that it owns everything, not remembering that the Most High owns it all. All of this belongs to the Most High. All of this belongs to Mother Nature. That's why no amount of money, no amount of technology, no amount of knowledge can we stop a flood or a hurricane or a tornado or earthquake or volcano. It is out of our hands because we don't own none of this. We have entered. When you let somebody that's very knowledgeable on this do the math, what it'll tell you is we have entered the jubilee, the realm of the jubilee. COVID, everything after that is the entrance to the jubilee, to the transfer of wealth, the transfer of the wealth that y'all been hoarding, thinking that y'all won, when all y'all was put here to do is store the wealth for the righteous. And now the transfer has begun. But what you think gonna happen? You think the transfer mean they just gonna transfer the money into your account? Nah. You think they just gonna say, here you go, here's your inheritance, thank you so much, we was just holding it for you? Nah. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna go up. It's about to go up. The only way for it to transfer is for them to be eliminated. And they think they got their ducks in a row. They think they got bombs and they got nuclear warheads big enough. They think they got bunkers dug deep enough. They think they got it all figured out. Not understanding that it's nothing above the Most High. It's not a thought. It's not a dream. It's not a download. It's not a bunker. It's not a bank account. It's not nothing. It's nothing above that. I wouldn't even call it a purge, my G. I think that's, that's like prehistoric. That's like caveman mentality. A purge. Oh, it's going to be a purge. That's that melanin deficiency. Yeah. It's only a motherfucker with a lack of melanin that think about things like a purge. Nah, man, it ain't gonna be that. You think it's gonna be a purge when the Most High? With the Most High in control, you think it's gonna be something that I can't even fathom. It's gonna be something that my mind I can't even wrap my mind around it. It just is. The Most High is what it is. You can't fathom. You think when they was talking about the flood back in them days, right? A motherfucker could wrap their mind around a flood that's going to flood everything. I'm talking every mountain, every goddamn mountaintop was going to be underwater. Nah. You think when he told them, yo, it's going to be a flood, you think they could wrap their mind around what that was going to be? Nah. So I would suggest It's gonna be a purge. Yeah, that's some caveman shit. That show, yeah, that's like some. You thinking on like you got the brain, your shit like the size of an ant. You know what I'm saying? You got the motherfucking mind of a bullet, and it's gonna be a purge. It's gonna be a purge like the movie. You know the movie when people put masks on and they. I doubt it. I doubt it, my guy. Salute to you though. The Jubilee. I saw some real dope content on that recently that really kind of gave me just really awoken me to it. Like I was oblivious to that. I was blind to that fact of the Jubilee. And you know, one thing about this internet, right? And this technology, the majority of the time it's going to be used for things that distract us, for things that that you know, cloud our memory and cloud our brain and turn us away from our purpose, right? But just like anything, right, it's positive and negative. You can't have all negative. So this internet and this technology is going to give you downloads that are powerful if you can see them. And I'm at the point where I see them for the most part. Like if I'm scrolling, I could be scrolling for an hour and something to pop up that stop me in my tracks, and I have no choice but to engage with that content. And it was some content on the Jubilee, and that shit was like an hour long. And the other night, and I stopped on it and I watched the whole shit. I couldn't even turn from it. It was powerful, and I didn't know nothing about the Jubilee. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I learned about different chapters and different you know, just different parts of the Bible and different sayings and different things, and it's always something that's so powerful, man. It's not really, it's really the you know, the principles that you can get out. The truth is there. That Jubilee shit, that is something that when I was able to indulge in that content, I knew that it was real. This is not a war. This is not the fall of Babylon. This is not, oh, Babylon will fall. This is not that. This is the beginning of a transfer of inheritance, of wealth. That's where we are right now. That's where we are. They're going to want us to think that the Messiah is coming back. They're going to try to make us believe, oh, it's the Antichrist. The Antichrist is here now. They're going to make us, they want us to believe all of this shit, when it is simply the beginning of a transfer of wealth. Yeah, white supremacy and all that shit is dead. Everything y'all took will be returned. And everything y'all took is y'all's identity. That's all y'all have. Everything y'all took is all y'all have. Without everything y'all stole, y'all are nothing. Y'all took everything and we still are who we are. Without everything y'all took, y'all are nothing. Y'all are cavemen. Y'all are melanin deficient. Yeah. Big salute to the chat. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure y'all are in tune with the Realest on YouTube. We are going live again tonight. We're gonna make sure that I just want to make sure everything is lined up. Y'all already know they muffling the message. Get wicked when you talk like this. You know, they want me to talk about RJ 1000 and All Star JR and Big Ben 10 and Ren 1010, and you know, I can't. It's getting harder and harder to. It's getting harder and harder for me to muffle the message, or for me to bait the algorithm. That's what I was looking for. It's getting harder and harder, man. You know, it's becoming harder and harder to bait the algorithm. You understand what I'm saying? The deeper we get into the Jubilee, the deeper we get into this new realm of the Matrix, the deeper we get into whatever's going on in America, the downloads for for baiting the algorithm are just becoming harder and harder for me to talk about Ran 1010 and you know, NBA Young Boy and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Like that shit is just so they really attacking the channel. So that's why I really need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to like. I need y'all to make sure y'all engaging in the comment section, because if I'm not baiting the algorithm, they really attack the channel. You know what I mean? They really go hard when they just see me over and over again talking about American Dream is a joke, talking about Donald Trump, talking about the Jubilee, talking about reparations. They like, hold on, Big GB TV, hold up. Hey, knock his goddamn, get his goddamn internet out there. Knock his internet down real quick. You got his internet? Yeah, fuck his signal up. Yeah, buffer him out of there. Yeah. Hit the buffer button. They be hitting the buffer button on my ass, man. Yeah, you know what? I think you know what, Mr. Universe, man. I think I set up a Patreon. I gotta look into it. If it was one of those it was one of those little one of them little sites, man, people was going to. I remember hearing Hassan Campbell and a lot of other people talk about it. Put it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. But they'd be like, go over to such and such Patreon, and I think it's Patreon. Maybe it's what it is. I'm gonna look into it though. It's just not the same, man. You try to go to these other platforms and shit, and it's just hard to get people. It's hard to get your subscribers to follow. You know, YouTube is free. You get this pure dope for free. Imagine a motherfucker getting you that pure dope for free, and then trying to charge. Now somebody else trying to charge you for the dope. Yeah, man, just give me $10 a month for the dope, and you can get, motherfucker, man. It's hard, man. Gold, silver, cause yeah. You know what, man? Thank you for your insight. Yeah, appreciate that. Gold and silver is cool, man. All of that shit is cool. Currency is currency. You know what I mean? You know, I think when it really hit the fan, when shit really get real, bro, you pull out a pocket of dollars, niggas is gonna sell you whatever. You know what I mean? Hey, look, bro, look, check this out, right? Check this out. You're not about to be able to go nowhere and buy groceries with gold. How you gonna break it down? How you gonna get change for your gold bar when you go and you tell the people you need some food and you I got a gold bar right here worth 100,000. How you gonna get change for it? How you gonna get change for your gold if you try to? You feel me? So I think like let's just say the worst of the worst shit happened, right? It really turned up, and you go somewhere where you trying to make a trade or you trying to get your hands on something, and you got $45 in ones in your pocket. You pull 45 ones out your pocket with a rubber band on them motherfuckers. You gonna get what you want. You end up I get gold and silver because the dollar bill. Nah, that dollar bill is more. They just make you think that. They make you think that. They got a lot of people that believe that. Oh, the dollar bill is crashing. Well, how about this? How about we pay you in pesos then? Yeah, you wanna. How about your next paycheck? We're gonna pay you in pesos. And we're gonna pay you in yen, and we're gonna pay you in pay. Yeah, the dollar bill is crashing. So you don't need no more American dollars, right? We're gonna just give you some. We give your ass some yen. You cool with that? The same motherfucker who tell you that the dollar bill is crashing, they ain't gonna accept nothing but the dollar bill. Always pay attention. Oh, the dollar bill is crashing. The dollar bill is not gonna be worth anything. I'm getting gold and silver. Well, how about you get paid in gold and silver then? They gonna pay your ass a couple lumps of gold then. You ready to do that? You ready to get paid in a couple of lumps of gold and silver, nigga? You know what you gonna do with that gold and silver? Let me tell you what your ass about to do. You gonna take that gold somewhere and you gonna try to trade it in for USD. Yeah. The motherfucker gonna take the gold and try to get dollar bills for it. Yeah, ain't you? Tell the truth. Ain't that what you gonna do? Yo, this gold worth $100,000. Let me get. Well, how you want the 100,000 in, nigga? I'm gonna give it to you in pesos. You good with that? Yeah. Somebody get that man 100K in Mexican pesos. We gonna get you. We gonna get your ass some pesos. I like having that conversation with niggas like that always talk about having gold and shit. What the fuck you gonna do with the gold, nigga? What you gonna do with the gold, man? Huh? The gold don't mean shit if you can't get dollar bills for it, nigga. Yeah. I'm sorry to bust your bubble then. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. The gold don't mean a goddamn thing if you can't trade it in for USD, nigga. Yeah. Did you know that? Yeah, gold is cool. But gold, man, you got a whole bunch of big lumps of gold in your house, nigga. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, Mr. Universe, think about it now. You got 5 big ass lumps of gold in your house. And you trying to go get something to eat. How you gonna spend that motherfucking gold, Mr. Universe? Tell me how you gonna do it. It look good. Yeah, I got gold on me. I like gold. I like it. How you gonna do? You gonna get a chisel? You gonna get a hammer and a chisel? You gonna chisel little pieces of the gold off? Hey man, I got 4 little pieces of gold for you. Let me see. You think I can get that cow right there? Go ahead and give me that cow. I'm gonna give you a couple. I'm gonna give you like 4 pieces of gold right here, little chisel. You gonna need a hammer and a chisel, nigga. Yeah. When a nigga get some gold, what he do? Where he going? To exchange that gold for dollar bills. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah. Fuck you gonna do with all that gold and you can't get no money for it? Baby girl, what's going on? You look nice. I like your shirt. How was work? Yeah, you got a whole bunch of goddamn gold. What you gonna do? You gonna take the gold and trade it in for dollar bills. Yeah. They got a whole bunch of motherfucking gold and silver. You see what you gonna do with it? Yo, I got this gold, but I'm telling you, the gold worth like 80,000. Well, we don't use dollars no more, so the gold ain't worth 80,000 because we don't use money. You can give me that big ass piece of gold and I give you a couple of steaks and you can go on about your business. Yeah. You take these 4 steaks and you give me that big ass lump of gold and get your ass up out of here. Yo, but the gold, the last time I checked, the gold was worth like 100,000. Now shut your ass up. We ain't using money. Money don't exist. All you got is gold, right? Give me that big ass piece of gold, man. Take these 4 strips of steak and take your ass and feed your family, man. Dollar bills is nigga go take that gold and get money. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna get the money, man. They done lied to you, motherfucker. They got y'all, you believe this shit, don't you? Yeah. Nigga ain't gonna take that motherfucking gold. I ain't taking the gold, nigga. I'm gonna take this dollar bill. Then let me tell you something. Even in the goddamn, I wouldn't care if it's the end of the world. I wouldn't care if it's the end of the world. You pull out the motherfucking dollar bills and see if you don't walk out what you want. JB. Yeah, I'm set. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been. I still got like two dates set up. I got them set up for the first week of May. But I wasn't able to go to the studio, man. I had to kind of like get my mind back right. The whole little situation, with the situation, which I will be able to talk about as soon as everything is settled. Yeah, I haven't been able to get into the booth yet. Yeah, all right. I've been hearing them say that about the dollar bill for the last couple of years, man. How long it's gonna take for the damn bill to go get out of value then? Why you still want your money in American dollars then? I'ma pay your ass in yen tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna pay your ass and I'm gonna pay your ass Your next paycheck, I'm gonna tell your boss, go ahead and give him some pesos. Then he don't think the dollar bill worth nothing. Hey JP, yeah, I'm gonna get it done though. It'll be done soon, man. I don't want to rush the process. You can't rush the greatness, man. That whole little situation with the everything, with the truck and all that. I just kind of had to get myself back. I had to like wind myself back in. I don't get it, man. It seems like you're playing both sides of the fence while rocking gold chain. William Wright, when the collapse, it would be a better system. Barter system. It's gonna be a barter system. I ain't saying that, but you will still be able to barter with a dollar. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying gold is bad. I never said that. What I'm saying is, if you got a whole bunch of gold right now and gold is worth $5,000 an ounce or some shit like that, you gonna take that gold and trade it in for the money. If everything collapses, yeah, nigga, if I got some gold chain and I could take this chain off and give it to you and you could give me what I want, we could do that. But I guarantee you, I could pull out a motherfucking $100,000 cash and say, look, I'm gonna give you 10,000 for this cow. Nigga's gonna get, nigga, the money will come back one day. You'll be able to redeem it. It'll be somebody that'll be able to say, yo, that's dollar bills, nigga. Them shits, that was currency back in the day. That's the currency. That's the last currency they was using before the collapse. And somebody will say, okay, give me goddamn how much you need. Okay, got whoop. Yeah, HAP. I know. I appreciate. I got some people in the DM asking about that. About the music from a couple of joints that I played. So I still know that it's there, but yeah, like I said, the first week of May, I'm gonna wrap everything up, and then we'll go from there. But it's gonna be available. Don't worry, it's definitely gonna be available. But I really want to close out what I got going on with this whole situation, man. I really want to talk about that. Once I'm able to elaborate on that with y'all and just post the pictures and show y'all everything, it'll all make sense. It's all gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's making the music way more powerful, because like the songs that I'm doing now kind of reflecting off of that, and kind of it's a transfer that's happening. It's a whole new door. It's a whole nother chapter I'm walked into. I just can't talk to y'all about it just yet. But y'all watch me go from, a lot of y'all watch me go from, you know, where I was at to the big house, from the big house to driving trucks, and now from driving trucks to what the next chapter is. So it's gonna be fire, man. Trust me, it's coming. Don't worry. All right, so look, big salute to the chat. Make sure y'all got the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure everything is right. You know what I'm saying? You in tune with the Realest on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You already know. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in.